everyone, welcome back. It's your boy Cyber Warrior. This is Cyber Warrior Studios, and we're here for Tech Tuesday. Now, I know normally I've been doing things on Linux, and some other stuff, but due to recent events, some friends of mine having some issues, we're going to go through a little bit of security issues. All right. So the first thing we're going to do today, and really what we're going to concentrate on today, is securing our email. All right. Mainly I'm going to focus on Gmail and Yahoo, but this same concept will work for just about all of your email accounts. So I hope that you bear with me today. It might take a little bit of time, but please bear with me. Like, comment, subscribe down below when it's all said and done. But we're going to go through, look at some security things in Gmail and Yahoo to make sure that you're secure and that your accounts are have a lower chance of being compromised unless you willingly give up the information. So for starters, let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, so we're in Gmail. Now I created a brand new email account. Everything's fresh, nothing's set up. So this way I can go through and show you guys. One of the first things I do want to talk to you about is your passwords. Your passwords are vital, right? They're your lifeblood. Do not reuse passwords. To avoid that, there are several things. There's one thing you can do that really helps you eliminate password reuse. You can have an offline password manager called KeePass. There's a few others out there. I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to go through some of the more popular ones. So this is an offline password manager that you can use, save to your computer. Your database stays there, and then you have access to KeePass, and you can store all your passwords in there. So you have one database password, and then you can have as many complex passwords as you want and never have to remember. You literally just go in there, copy, paste, and move it over. Another password manager is going to be LastPass. LastPass is online. It's in the cloud. Everything's stored online. You can have an app for your phone, an add-in for your browser, everything like that. Dashlane is another one that's online, and there's also 1Password, as well as a few others. I'm not going to tell you which one to use. I'm just saying these are out there. These are options, and it allows you to have one password that then you can have for the database, and then you have a bunch of complex passwords in there that you're never going to remember, and you just copy and paste them in. All right. So that's how you set your passwords. Don't ever reuse passwords, because if one account gets compromised, then all of your accounts across the board can be compromised. So let's get into it. Now for Gmail, what you're going to want to do is when you're in your Gmail, you're looking at it, there's this little settings. Actually, it's not in settings, my bad. This button up here looks kind of like a grid. You're going to click that, and you're going to go to your account. Now, in your account, you have a bunch of things on the side, right? Personal info, data and privacy, security. Security is what we care about. Now, you can review recent events, all right, of who's been added or recovery phone added and everything else like that. Ways we can verify you, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. Less secure app access, signing in. Google has a password manager. I don't use it, but they do have that capability. And then 2FA, which we're going to get into setting up 2FA also. And we're going to use a hardware token for that. So something like this. But if we review our security activity and we see new sign-in and new recovery phone, so this shows us where people are logging in from and if it's more than one person. And then we go to, where is it? Manage devices right here, all these devices. So if we manage our devices, you can actually kick devices out. All right. So from here, because this is the one I'm logged in on, this is the one that will show that it's my device. And it says that right there, this device, the one you're currently logged in from. But if there were others there, you can kick them out. You can say log off of these devices, and you'll be good to go. And that's one of the important things. If you fear your account's been compromised or somebody's already logged in, one of the things you want to check is what devices are currently logged in. So next, we're going to look at how to set up 2FA on this. So if we go to two-step authentication and we say get started, and it wants my password again, which is normal. Whoops. No. So it has to send a fun little code to your phone to do this. So we're not going to use voice or text message. You don't avoid those at all costs. Avoid text messages and SMS. If that's the only way you can do it, then do it. But there's a few other ways I prefer. Google prompts, if you're already logged on from your phone, will prompt you. So that's one way. You can add a backup phone. I still don't like that. But the two I prefer are Authenticator app and Security Key. Authenticator app works. I've used Google Auth. You just have to remember to migrate or make sure your codes are migrated over. The accounts that you're trying to log into are migrated over to any new phones that you may get. If you don't do that, then there's a chance you're going to lose your ability to access these accounts. So what we're going to do is Security Key, just because it's one of the most secure. So we're going to go to Add Security Key, and I'm going to take this fun little key and plug it into my computer. So go through that, you hit OK, and then all you do is touch the gold disc that's on that key. And we're going to give this a name. And this is a Yubico. I also have Titan keys from Google. And now it's turned on. And because this has NFC, anything with NFC will allow me to log on, use the exact same key on my phone. Sign in with USB, it goes through all the steps of how, and there we go. So now we've just added a second factor, a second way to authenticate, and we use that security key. So now we go back, and we're gonna say this is the default. Unfortunately, this is still here. So we can remove phone. Now that we have that second factor of authentication and we removed our phone number from this, you can't, if you forget your key or lose it, you're kind of out of luck, which is why Google prompts or Authenticator app are a good backup to have. But if you have that phone there and your phone number gets cloned or something like that, there's always issues with SMS. Then you want to, somebody can log in utilizing that method. Whereas if you remove SMS authentication and SMS, factor of authentication, and just use the hardware key, then that's the only way someone's gonna be able to log into the account is if they have that key. So that's the way we have it, and that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna go back. So now within Google, we have our two-step verification turned on, and we're using a hardware key. We've walked through passwords, all right, and password managers of what to use. And again, these are very easy to use. So if you're interested, go ahead. And if you would like a video on how to set up your password managers, go ahead and comment down below. But now our Google account is safe and secure. Again, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's, nothing is perfect. And there's always a way somebody can get in. But this will make it to where somebody can't just clone your phone number or guess your password if you're using a password manager and make it really complex. So now let's go over to Yahoo. And Yahoo, we're going to basically do the same thing. So we're going to click our account, and we're going to go to account info. From here, we get that information, and of course it wants this. So we're going to go through two-step verification on here also. All right, and if we want recovery emails or recovery phone numbers, I don't want this, so we're going to remove our phone numbers. But once again, we can see recent information, and we can see who's logged in and where. So from that recent information, you can actually remove accounts that are signed in. All right. This is the other thing you want to do, is you want to turn on, if you download the Yahoo app, you can actually get device notifications anytime someone logs in on your account. So if you're using Yahoo, download Yahoo Mail app and make sure you're doing that. All right. Now we're going to go through the same process, and we're going to turn on two-step verification here. And we're going to use a security key. We don't want to use a phone number. We're going to set up a key. All right. We already have it in. Okay. We know. Okay. So this one required a pin to set up this key, which we did. And there we go. Now, unfortunately, this wants a recovery email in order to do this. So we're going to go through and we're going to type in demo at oh man, see, I'll do this later. All right, so unfortunately with Yahoo, you have to have a way to recover your method if you don't have access to your token. I did not set up an alias for demo, so we don't have access to finish this setup. But essentially, you want to use an email address that has these same configurations on it as your backup, as a way to gain access. Again, you don't want to use a phone number unless it's a last resort. I prefer not to have phone numbers attached, just because then if somebody clones that number or gains access, then once again, they can find a way into the account without using the hardware token or something along those lines. So I try to restrict how to get in as much as possible. And again, that's just for your benefit. Again, so if you have a hardware token, try to make sure that's the only other, that's the only second factor of authentication that'll work. And with Yahoo, if you have to use an email address, then go ahead, put an email address in, but make sure that is set up and configured just as secure as this is. So now we're done with that. It's probably going to yell at me because I didn't finish, but that's okay. Other than that, look, this is how you secure your email accounts, and I really hope you go through, enable set two-factor authentication, go through, make sure you're using a password manager. If you don't want to have it in the cloud, or if you need access everywhere and you want it in the cloud, you can do that. So LastPass, Dashlane, 1Password, there's a bunch out there. And then KeyPass is one of the ones that is open source, which means it's constantly audited and you can download it, and it just stays local to your machine. So completely up to you. So other than that, look, it's been a blast. I hope this helps. In the coming weeks, we'll get into things like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and how to secure those accounts. But I at least wanted to show you from the email side, because if somebody gets your email, they can access all your other accounts. So saving your email and securing your email should be priority. So I hope you have a great day. Enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you all next time.